Guys, before we start the video, did you know that you can be more than just a subscriber? Yes, be a member of the channel, click on the join button, and become a Saiyan for less than $5. I'm counting on you.
もっと修行して強くなれ。俺はその強さをもう一歩超えてみせる。
In the 7th universe. Currently in Universe 7, it was possible to see all the Z warriors together, with Whis and Beerus in addition to Zeno and his guards, and Whis was kind of distant from the others, as his head was very messed up, and the others were talking about Goku gaining the powers of Zeno-sama. Goku said, "How exactly am I going to gain your Zeno-sama powers?" asked the Saiyan to Zeno. Zeno's guard one said, "Firstly, you will gain Zeno-sama's power temporarily. After a while, the power you took from Zeno-sama will disappear and return to Zeno-sama," said one of the Zeno's bodyguards. Zeno-sama's bodyguard 2 said, "Second, your body is too weak to withstand Zeno-sama's powers within your body, and for that reason, you will have to undergo rigorous training so your body doesn't explode. And training your body will stay stronger to withstand Zeno-sama's power for a limited time," said Zeno's other bodyguard to Goku. Goku said, "So let's start this training immediately, so I can get stronger, so I can face Khan and the other angels. In addition to being able to withstand the power of Zeno-sama inside me during this limited time," the Saiyan said while looking at the bodyguards from Zeno. Vegeta said, "I'm going to train too. I don't want to be left behind. Even though I'm not the one who will gain Zeno-sama's powers, I also want to be trained, because Kakarot will face Khan and the rest of Universe 7 will be under attack of the other angels. So I want to be strong enough to be able to face the other angels, and that way the planet Earth won't be destroyed," said the Saiyan Prince to Zeno's bodyguards, and soon everyone in the place was impressed and shocked by everything that Vegeta said. Zeno's bodyguard 1 said, "Well, if that's what you want, you can train. You can be as strong as a god of destruction, and maybe you'll overcome the Hakaishin," said one of Zeno's bodyguards. Zeno's bodyguard 2 said, "So get ready, because your training will be very intense. So intense that you will prefer to die," said Zeno's bodyguard, making the two Saiyans become extremely scared. Zeno 1 said, "So now with two people so strong that will face these angels, there will be several really cool battles, and this will be a lot of fun," said Zeno while looking at Goku and Vegeta. Zeno 2 said, "All this will be really fun, so I would like to see not only the warriors of the universe, but if all the universes get stronger to be able to face the angels, woo, we will have several cool fights," said Zeno to everyone, and soon the Zeno's guards transmitted Zeno-sama's message to all angels and gods of all universes. In Universe 7. Currently in the 7th universe, it was possible to see Goku, Vegeta, Beerus, Whis, Bulma, Zeno-sama, and their two bodyguards, and they were all gathered in the Capsule Corporation discussing something. Bulma said, "I have a doubt. Even with all the training, Goku will be able to use Zeno-sama's power?" asked the woman as she looked at the two bodyguards of Zeno, who soon replied. Zeno's bodyguard number 1 said, "No, he won't make it. It doesn't matter which Saiyan is the same as the Saiyan trained for the extreme for billions of years. They wouldn't be able to withstand Zeno-sama's power." One of the Zeno-sama's bodyguards spoke up and answered, ended up making everyone astonished and worried. Bulma said, "So if Goku's body won't be strong enough to withstand Zeno-sama's power, how is he going to use his power without dying? Don't tell me that for him to use Zeno-sama's power, he will have to die in the process," the woman spoke while looking at Zeno's bodyguards. Zeno's bodyguard number 2 said, "No need to worry, human. We will do a special training with Son Goku, so that when he receives Zeno-sama's power, he will transcend, and so Goku will become an absolute being just like Zeno-sama." Of course, this transcendence using Zeno-sama's powers won't last for long. After the power leaves Goku's body, he will return to normal. Zeno-sama's second bodyguard explained while looking at Bulma, who breathed a sigh of relief upon learning that his childhood friend will not die after receiving Zeno's powers. Goku said, "Will I become a transcendent being? But what is that?" The Saiyan asked Zeno's bodyguards. But the one who answered this time was Beerus, who was silent until now. Beerus said, "A transcendent being is a being that has surpassed all creation by becoming its own. In short, it is a being that is absolute or comes close to it." The god of destruction spoke in a calm tone, but inside he was scared to death of the strength that Goku would possess when receiving Zeno's power. And that wasn't just Beerus was feeling, but everyone in the place was imagining giving themselves so much power for Goku would be a good choice. Goku said, "I didn't understand anything, to be honest. The only thing I understood is that with this power, I will be very strong. And maybe I will become the strongest being in the 5th universe, being even stronger than Mr. Beerus and Whis," said Goku excitedly as he looked at everyone in the place who had a bead of sweat on their foreheads. Everyone thought at the same time, does he really think he will be stronger than the god of destruction and the angel Whis? Of course he will be stronger than the two of them, and surely he must be stronger than all the gods of destruction and all the angels of all the universes, thought everyone present at that place, while looking at Goku, who had a smile on his face. Goku said, "I have another question. When I become a transcendent being, will I still look the same and still be a Saiyan?" asked Goku while looking at Zeno-sama's bodyguards. But the one who answered this time was Whis, who finally decided to speak after a long silence. Whis said, "No, you won't look like your normal self. You won't even be a Saiyan," said the angel while looking at the Saiyan. Goku said, "So what will I be exactly?" said the Saiyan while looking at Whis. Whis said, "There's no correct term for classifying transcendent beings. For that reason, those who have surpassed the limits of existence are called Rei, or transcendent, and that is what you will turn into. And about your appearance, I'm sure you will not be the same as you have now," said the angel, while looking at Goku, who had one of his hands on his chin, showing that he was thinking. Zeno 1 said, "Goku will become a transcendent being just like the two of us, right?" told Zeno from the past to his other self from the future. Zeno 2 said, "Will Goku look like us when using our real forms?" Zeno spoke from the future, curious to find out what Goku would look like when he became a transcendental being. Bulma said, "True form? So this childlike appearance he has is not the true form of the strongest being in all universes?" said Bulma, confused and intrigued to find out that Zeno's childlike appearance is not his true appearance. Zeno-sama's bodyguard number 1 said, "No, that's not Zeno-sama's true appearance. In fact, if any of you looked at his true form, you would immediately be dead. Because just being in the same system as him, you would die because of the energy coming out of Zeno-sama's body." One of Zeno's bodyguards said something that made everyone stunned by such a statement. Whis thought, "It's no wonder he's the strongest being in all the universes. I wonder where my mother got the idea to face Zeno-sama, because I know she's not stupid enough to face Zeno-sama without having any plans to defeat him," thought the angel as he looked at past Zeno and future Zeno, who were smiling and laughing while playing with each other. But there was something that didn't go unnoticed by Zeno-sama's bodyguards, who looked menacingly at Whis, something that no one noticed, not even Whis himself. Zeno 2's bodyguard thought, "This angel known as Whis is not looking at Zeno-sama in a way of admiration, but with a look of irritation and even a little bit of anger. Maybe what that other angel said to the Whis has affected him, but I don't care if he will side with us or the evil angels. But the moment he thinks of attacking Zeno-sama, I will kill him with my bare hands," one of Zeno-sama's bodyguards thought as he kept his eyes on Whis. Vegeta said, "So, when is Goku's training going to start? The faster we go, the faster we can increase our strength," said the Prince of Saiyans, while looking at Zeno's bodyguards, and then immediately looked at Zeno. Zeno's bodyguard 1 said, "Right now." "Then say goodbye soon so we can leave soon, and especially you, Son Goku, because your training will take a long time," alerted Zeno's bodyguards to the two Saiyans, who soon began to say goodbye to their friends. In the 13th universe, Currently in the 13th universe, it was possible to see all the angels still having fun and celebrating Khan's victory over Daishinkan. But among the angels was Icarus, the leader of the battalion that would carry out the second phase of the plan, and he was with Monica, and both were heading towards his mother's quarters, because she had called them, and soon they both arrive at the place. Monica said, "Mom, did you call us?" Sonia said, "Yes, my daughter, I called you two here to start the second phase of our plan," said the woman, leaving the two children, surprised, but Icarus was excited to know that finally the second phase of his plan would be started. Icarus spoke, "Finally the second phase of our plan will start." Speaking, the angel excited about the beginning of the second phase of the evil angel's plan. Monica said, "But Mom, how is Khan in the story? The lady herself had said that we couldn't start the second part of the plan because of Khan." Spoke to Anja, wanting to know why her mother changed her mind so fast. Sonia said, "That's why I called you, my daughter. Your objective is to attract your brother, and with your power, you are able to prevent him from feeling the destruction of other universes. And in the meantime, Icarus and the rest of his army will go to all universes and will destroy those who didn't kneel before us. And after we have all 12 universes in my hand, we will start the third phase of our plan," said Sonia, the mother of all angels, as she looked at her two children, who soon nodded in agreement. Icarus said, "Let Khan be as distracted as possible, little sister, because if he finds out, he will try to stop us, and even though I am the strongest of angels, I am not able to defeat him. But our mother has a way of doing that if anything goes wrong," said the leader of the angel army to his sister, who just nodded her head positively.
Guys, sorry to interrupt this epic story, but I have a message for those of you who aren't yet sponsors of the channel. Did you know that your name can appear here in the videos as a thank you? In addition, you can have access to all the exclusive photos of the channel's characters to download, and you will also have access to the advanced videos. In addition, you can choose a unique story that will be turned into a video for everyone to watch, so subscribe to my Patreon link in the comments. Well, let's get back to the story.
Monica said, "If this is our mother's wish, clearly I will do it. And don't worry, my brother Icarus. I will make Khan distracted long enough so that he doesn't interfere with our plans. And if anything happens, I will use my power to do it as he sleeps. Even though he's strong, he won't be on high guard around me. So I think I can make him sleep," said Monica, while looking at her brother Icarus and mother Sonia. In the 13th universe. Currently in the 13th universe, it was possible to see several of the angels that were sealed by the Daishinkan. They were still celebrating the death of their father and the victory of their younger brother Khan, and Khan was very happy having fun with his brothers. After some time of partying, Khan decides to leave that place and go find his mother in order to know what they would have to do now, because he still didn't know what the next thing he would have to do, because the objective of killing Daishinkan had already been completed, and he didn't know what the next step would be. Khan thought, "It's great to see my brothers and sisters partying, even if it's our father's death. That really makes me sad, but it's all his fault. The one who made the choice to seal my mother and myself and all my brothers and sisters for all these years was him. So this was all his fault," thought the angel Khan, considered the strongest among all angels. Khan thought, "Let's see what my mother tells us to do now. I wonder if she's going to ask us to go to all 12 universes and try to recruit our brothers and sisters and bring them to our side. Even though I think the current angels are very obedient to their gods of destruction, but I also know that there must be those who are not satisfied. Well, I'll talk to her soon, and she'll know what we should do," thought the angel as he walked towards his mother's room. As Khan walked towards his mother's room, he was lost in his thoughts. But soon he stopped thinking when he saw his sister coming from the direction of his mother's room, and soon the angel called his older brother's name. Monica said, "Khan!" He called out to Anja for his brother, who soon came out of his thoughts and started paying attention to his older sister. Khan said, "Hi, Monica. What are you doing here? I thought you were somewhere at the party, since I haven't seen you since the moment the party started, so I ended up thinking you were enjoying the party with some of our sisters," said the angel while looking at his big sister, who gave a smile to his little brother. Monica said, "I wasn't at the party, brother. I was with our mother playing some board games and cards. You should know by now that I've never been much of a party fan. Now, what are you doing here? You shouldn't be enjoying your party. After all, it was made especially for you, Khan." Monica said while facing her younger brother, who was kind of embarrassed for not having remembered that his sister Monica doesn't like parties. Khan said, "I'm sorry, Monica. I had forgotten that you don't like parties. But games that need to be strategy and intelligence," said the angel, quickly apologizing to his sister, who just gave him a smile. Khan said, "Anyway, answering because I'm not at the party is because I'm going to see our mother to know what we will do from now on. Now that our father is dead, I don't know what I should do. After all, we angels were training for centuries to be able to defeat and kill our father, and now that he's dead, I don't know what to do. And that's why I'm going to talk to our mother," said the angel to his sister, who ended up widening her eyes for a few seconds. But in a few seconds, she returned to normal and looked seriously at her younger brother. Monica said, "True. We, for the last few centuries, focused only on killing our father and forgot what we would do when he is dead. Maybe now that he's dead, we can rebuild Universe 13 and maybe rebuild all the other universes," she told the angel, her brother, who looked at her strangely, the way Monica had spoken. Khan said, "How to rebuild all universes? Could you explain better, Monica?" said the angel in a slightly confused, but at the same time serious tone to his sister, who ended up letting a drop of cold sweat run down her forehead. Monica said, "I'm talking about rebuilding all the universes at once. You know that the god of destruction ended up doing many things wrong, and even destroyed several beings with great potential for no reason, just because they wanted to. And you must agree that this was wrong. No, is it not, my brother?" said the Anja with a little fear that her younger brother had suspected the truth that she and her mother are hiding. Khan said, "Even I thought you wanted to destroy all other universes, and those that get in your way. But it seems like you just want to bring back those who were killed unfairly by the hands of the gods of destruction. And of course I agree with you, sister," spoke Khan with a smile on his face, excited and determined to protect those who were unfairly killed by the hands of the gods of destruction. Khan said, "Well, I don't want to delay you anymore, Monica. Now I'm going to see our mother. So see you later, Monica," said the younger angel, soon heading towards his mother's room, leaving his older sister behind. Monica thought, "That was close. If I hadn't come up with the excuse about wanting to bring people who were killed by the gods of destruction back to life, Khan would have realized that I was talking about rebuilding everything from scratch by destroying everything and everyone who doesn't obey our mother. Luckily, he didn't realize my true intentions," the Anja thought as she let out a heavy sigh with a little fear of her brother for the strength he now possesses. Icarus said, "That was close too, Monica," said Icarus, coming out of the shadows and then standing next to his sister as they were both looking at the place Khan had gone. Monica said, "Yes, that was close by luck. I was able to come up with a good excuse, and he didn't realize my true intentions. Now what is Icarus doing here? I thought you were going to train the angels and send them to invade the other 12 universes." Anja Monica asked her brother Icarus. Icarus said, "I came here to warn you that it will not be possible to invade the 7th universe, where our father had been killed," said the angel Icarus in a serious tone to his sister, who was surprised. But soon she closed her eyes and concentrated, and soon managed to see that around the 7th universe there was a barrier that prevented any other being from another universe from entering it. Monica said, "You're right. It seems that Zeno-sama and his bodyguards made this barrier to prevent us from invading that universe. But that's not so important now, so you and your warriors must invade the other universes and conquer them." Anja Monica spoke to her brother, who just gave her a wide smile. Icarus said, "More, and of course, little sister. Now, if you allow me, I have to start an invasion. And don't forget to stop Khan from spoiling our conquest plans," said the angel in a serious tone to his sister, who just gave him a small smile. Monica said, "No need to worry, Icarus. I won't let him find out about the invasion. But just in case, you shouldn't get into any battles," said the Anja in a more serious tone that left Icarus very confused. Icarus said, "Why shouldn't I participate in battles, Monica?" asked the angel in a very serious and annoyed tone. Monica said, "You're one of the strongest angels we have, Icarus. In fact, the strongest apart from Khan. And for that reason, I don't want you to get into battle for a while, because if Khan finds out the ones that we're doing, he's going to eliminate us. So no battles for a while, at least until the real plan is ready, said the woman to her brother, who soon understood why he didn't engage in battles for some time. Icarus said, "What the hell? But since I'm leading my army, I'm going to ask my men to spread my name across all universes. If they don't obey me, they'll have to deal with the almighty angel Icarus, ha ha ha," said the angel, giving a heavy sigh and annoyed for not being able to fight anyone. Something that Icarus really wanted to do was fight from the beginning.
Guys, we've reached the end of another story here on the channel. Do you want to see the continuation? Click on the subscribe button and next to it there is the join button. Click to become a member. Bye.